Fellas, not a lot in Flames land. Yesterday was sure was, my goodness. And I guess now we will start to hear today was theoretically the day that Don Maloney was going to meet with Daryl Sutter. We'll see if we get any news from that. I wonder if we'll hear from Daryl. I don't know that that's been made clear.
I'm sure he's really hoping.
He might tweet out something later.
Social media. Yeah. Watch for his TikTok account. Could be really active in the coming days.
Hey guys, good meeting. Any chance I can go talk to the media? Can we assemble the media here before we leave?
Do you guys have the social media crew here? I'd love to do a TikTok right now. I got this dance I'm working on. I'm going to tell everyone I'm back for next year. There could be some Flames organizational news, though, today, as the AHL is set to announce their Goaltender of the Year award.
Big D's back. All right. Do a little hey.
He's driving a tractor in the summer and whipping him into shape on the bench in the winter. Goalie of the year, going to be Dustin Wolf. We'll wait for that announcement today. The real drama will be, does he win AHL MVP? Wolf only wins goalie of the year every year in every league he plays in. So just be ready to be shocked. And please leave room for the guy next fall, right, Dean?
He's
go on a run. Play for a while.
Yeah, he's ready. I feel like he's earned a shot.
They have a bye in round 1, which will begin tonight in the Pacific Division. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday are the best of 3 play-in series that 6 other teams in the Pacific will have to go through. Wranglers, the only team waiting with a bye. They will grab the lowest seeded team coming out of those 3 series. Let's move to the NHL. Supposed to be one of the best rivalries in the NHL when it's going hot, and we got it in the playoffs for the first time for this Devils crew in a while, and a veteran-laden Rangers crew with a lot of firepower. This was not close last night. Here is what's going on. I believe is this the New York Post? Looks like the Post. There's a 4-pager today. There's wonderful. Rangers dominate Young Devils for decisive win to open series. It was all of that. One team looked like they knew what was happening. The other, hope they're not checking down my leg because the socks are yellow, if you're picking up my vibe. They were
Come on,
comfy.
Lindy Ruff. Get your boys going. Jeez.
That's right.
Yeah, and look, hey, it's first time. Game 2. Well, it's 4 points. Are you kidding me? Chris Kreider. One of those guys. It's like, you got all these superstars. Don't forget Kreider scored 50. What was that, 2 years ago? My goodness.
Power play goals. Pretty good.
Riches.
How do you feel about not taking your boy Shesterkin? I thought out of
You know what? And I looked, and again, I set my picks in Flames Nation. I picked the Rangers. I don't know what the hell happened to me. It's like I had a lobotomy between that article, right, sending that in.
You may still be correct. I was just surprised. I knew your love for that guy.
Yeah, and I also just kept thinking all year long, I love this Devils team, but man, it's going to be interesting to watch them when playoffs start because it's first time for most of their core. Like Dougie's played a bit. Jack Hughes has not. A lot of this decor has not. The goalies have not.
They miss Ken Danico.
Elias?
They can get Bobby Holik for game 2.
Here's the next
Bobby
series.
Holik.
Oh, starting high. Bobby Holik.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is, he was a brick poop house.
Tampa, Toronto last night. This one got underway in the center of the university, and they hosted games 1 and 2 and got away from the Leafs early. This was ending up not close and not terribly interesting. Tampa pounced all over the Leafs. We talked about it, a goal 78 seconds in, and 10 goals. Kind of had a little bit of the Flames-Oilers game 1 vibes last year. At least the Oilers did tie it up at one point there, but it just like, this is not a playoff game. Could they actually choke again? Could you lose in the first round 8 times in a row? It does feel almost impossible. But really, it could be an opening for a young rookie. Is Bunting likely to get punted? A hearing today for the illegal check to the head and interference against Eric Chernak. He left the game. Bunting leaves his feet, and there's principal point of contact to the head. There's a lot of bad there. And then before Chernak even hits the ice, he's got palms to the air looking at the ref. Whoa. That's a dumb play. Don't do that. Like, where's the puck here? What are we even doing?
You can never penalize intent. You can never, right, Rhett? It's pretty clear what Guy was trying to do on that play.
You can penalize stupidity, though, right? Like, this is just,
what
are you doing?
I find it funny, too, that Bunting was doing a good job because he got Chernak to take a penalty on him earlier in the game. It's almost a similar play where Chernak drilled him pretending like he wasn't going to. Anyway, this one, though, ouch.
And so Matthew Nyes, the hot shot out of college, who played a couple of games down the stretch, practicing in a regular jersey, bunting in the, you're probably not going to be in the lineup jersey. I think they're anticipating suspension. Maybe they just make a lineup change. That was a dumb play. But the super kid will get a chance to jump into that potentially top 6 with the Leafs, which would be where his skill set would fit. Big pressure game 2 coming up tomorrow in Toronto for this Buds team that basically has to shake the rep of being the biggest choke job we've seen maybe in our lives.
For the amount of attention that they get.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure there's been some other teams who have had some awful runs, but there's no, I don't know.
The Sharks had a run for a while there where they can get out, but they at least won a couple first rounds. I don't know that we'll ever see a team as good as this one not win a round. Like, we're talking always over 100 points. We're talking Maurice Richard winner, 100-point players, coach of the year type time regular season performances. Here they are. Like, if this is done, this thing's blown up. GM's gone. Matthews is a year away from free agency. Nylander a year away from free agency. Like, stakes are high in Toronto.
So where does the Leafs losing rank for you, Rhett? Because because we said yesterday about the Flames win or Oilers lose. What feels better? It seems high, right? That's some long arms too.
Very high.
When
very high.
When Rhett's holding it that high, that's how high it ranks. Yeah.
I don't
Next
like
game
them. I tried to cheer for him a couple of years ago, the Leafs, and I can respect the skill and the this and the that. It's the fans and the media that make you puke in your mouth. Like, you just can't support them.
Second period, and we're 5 minutes in, and some of the people in lower bowl are actually back to their seats for playoff. Like,
yeah,
someone broke a pane of glass in training camp. Like, it's just too much all the time. Next series, Winnipeg and Vegas. Morgan Barron.
Correct.
This is all about Morgan Barron. You asked about, we talked off the top of the show about a gruesome injury. Watch carefully here for a skate blade near a head.
Watch the goalie skate, and there's 36 Barron. He will go for the puck, and there it is.
Yeah, and that's probably enough, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah,
no. 76? 76 stitches, Rhett. Now, this was not, a samurai blade at full velocity through the stomach, but it is a cut. And look at this mother back on the bench.
So lucky.
With the cage. Right. We've got some other images as well. There's him post-game. That eyes popped out. You could see 76 stitches. It's a hockey player.
Yeah. Good so Lord. Lucky. He was asked, what were you thinking? He said, I just, did we score? Because I knew the puck was right there.
Oh, my God.
Lucky. I mean, God, so happy for that kid. That's how that ended up.
Well, in the game, he liked the result. They didn't score on that play, which felt crazy, but they do get the victory here. It's kind of tight, but then pulled away at the end. And honestly, Vegas do better. 17 shots at home, game 1. You're a division leader. Not impressive.
The debut of Jack Eichel, making his presence felt.
How do you like that goaltending match? It was like, you backed me up 2 years ago, and I got like 70 starts because we didn't trust you.
Yeah.
We're good. Let's go to Colorado, where Seattle pulled off an upset against the defending Stanley Cup champs. Colorado kind of had the Vegas vibes. Need to be shown a little more. Kraken got a lead, never trailed. And, that's a pretty solid steely first ever playoff game for a franchise on the road against the defending champs. And it was their old goalie who stopped 34 of 35 after maybe one of the worst seasons of goaltending we've seen. It was probably worse than Markstrom this year, what they got from Grubauer last year. This was unbelievably bad. Good last night against his old team, 3-1 your final. And it's not the first time Denver's had their way with Seattle, or excuse me, vice versa. Seattle. That's Denver's daddy. They're the owner. Check this out. They upset Russell Wilson and the Broncos in week 1. That was the big, I believe, Sunday night showdown or Monday night showdown in week 1 of the season. Broncos clearly were going to be favored. University of Washington beats Colorado Buffs 54-7. Mariners sweep the Rockies. Wow. Kraken upset the Avs and the MLS team, the Rapids. They lost to Seattle, whatever they're.
I was going to say not that they would need anything to get excited about in Seattle, but worst case, a 1-1 series
coming home tied,
first playoff.
Yes, that building I want to see. because, they've been on a bit and you've seen it with Calgary, but this is a real chance for the hockey world to tune in for how nuts can Seattle get for hockey.
But again, what are they out there, Rhett? They may not even get that excited because
they're
dorks.
Hippie,
dope
smoking,
high as a
hippies,
kite.
hippies.
They don't even know what hockey is. Where's the puck?
That's right. Their $1,000 US a seat prices, I bet. We'll check in on secondary prices when that series rolls around. I think they're slated to play there Saturday. I expect a pretty penny. Okay, we'll move along. Here's things we know after everyone's now played a game one. Favorites 2-6. Favorites have lost 6 in a row. We talked about it earlier. I don't know that this trend continues, but I like it if you like longer series. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of 4 or 5 gamers on tap here if the favorites are down in 6 of the 8 series. We'll see. Who's in the most trouble? We talked about that earlier. That's not the, I could spell it differently. Here's tonight's slate. We got some news for tonight's games. We're at the 4 games we opened the playoff slate with on Monday are back again tonight. Some notes from each. First off, we have Isles and Carolina. That one, it was one of the rare home wins. Carolina got a power play goal, held on. Islanders had a chance late, couldn't bury. Antti Ranta only allowed 1. That was a good night of work when he was a surprise starter for game 1. Game 2, there'll be no Patrice Bergeron for the Boston Bruins. They host the Panthers at 5:30 tonight. Florida, you liked some of the things you saw there, but Boston just looked like the grizzled old vets that weren't going to be fooled once they got that lead. What do you expect tonight for the Panteros in Beantown?
I think what you just said would be huge for the Panthers is to get a lead and play with a lead as opposed to trying to track down the Bruins. I don't think it's going to be good for my Panthers.
There's some questions about ice conditions in Edmonton. Busy venue, right? Because they got the new rink. No, I wasn't there. I didn't see anything announced, but and they have to turn it over from, say, like a concert or jiu-jitsu, or maybe it's a big, hey, we're going to talk about God. Let's get 15,000 people here, whatever the event was. And I saw this, and I thought, if this is last night in Edmonton, we're in huge trouble for the ice conditions tonight for the Oilers and the Kings. So take a look, Rhett, and I think it's Edmonton just because, no, that's for later. We'll go with the other one here first. My apologies.
Come on, Pinder. Jesus.
I have 2 scratched out numbers. I don't know what's first one.
You got to number them right, Pinder. You said.
So there, look, we had a big wrestling event last night, and this had to be Edmonton because look, everyone's throwing their garbage on the performers.
That's right.
So what are the ice conditions going to be like at Rogers Place here? If they got to get all that wrestling gear out there, people are probably hammering darts, hot air, wrestling. I'm concerned.
Like, I understand that's when the Hulkster turns heel, it's a big deal, but you can't be throwing stuff like that, guys.
And so, the Oilers fans, they're getting ready for game 2 tonight.
Yeah,
this is what you do on a game day in Edmonton. Apparently,
got his empties ready. He'll be throwing them at the TV tonight because he's
stretching, getting limber.
Realize that he's too cheap to pay for those tickets and to be disappointed. So I'll just throw it at the TV now.
It'll warm up those limbs.
I would love to donate these empties to your charitable cause, but I need them for game 2.
No, it was Kings fans throwing them. Someone wanted to share their beer with Anze.
I see. Yeah.
Anze, I'm so happy about your 4-point night. A beer on me. And then he just missed, and Anze wasn't looking. It was the Kings fans that were throwing garbage.
Miscommunication.
Yeah, total miscommunication.
Oh,
yeah. So they're there, getting ready. Game 2 tonight. We don't pull anything, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Now, is that the thirds, that old orange there, or am I off a bit?
Maybe that's the copper, right? It's the copper.
That's the copper. Yeah. It's game day. You got to get warm, get loose. Let's go. Finally, last bit of news. No surprise here. Dallas Stars will be without Joe Pavelski for tonight's contest, game 2 against Minnesota. This is far and away the most physical game of all the game 1s we saw. He got dumped awkwardly on that hit from Matthew Dumba, the Calgarian. The mate rescinded.
Was that not the same or very similar to Bunting hitting Chernak in the head?
At least the puck was drilled to Pavelski, and it's like, is it late or is it not? The puck was never in Chernak's control. It kind of went within a few feet of him. But the angle and the collision is similar.
I still don't think that's what they base the decision on? It's point of contact, is it not? Puck or not?
Here.
Yes, but you can see he just moves the puck. Chernak never
It doesn't
touched the puck,
matter.
so
That's the point. My point is, it doesn't matter. If you put your shoulder into someone's chin, it doesn't matter.
Even if he had the puck on his stick, yeah.
I understand
that
part of it.
If he rises up and clips him right on the chin with his shoulder or elbow, it's
correct. Now, we also understand you are not fair game when you don't have the puck. But yes, the type of collision's very similar.
Yeah, but it's not about with the puck. It's about the hit to the head.
For suspension,
you could have
a penalty.
You could have the puck, and if you jump up and hit the guy in the chin with your shoulder pad.
Yeah, so I see a jump on, do we have the Dumbo one again? Sorry. I see what you're saying here. Pavelski doesn't see him coming. And does he leave his feet? And because at one angle, it looks like it's chest gets it first, and another, it looks up high. There's no doubt on the bunting one. Principal points the head. Yeah, like his shoulder's tucked, he's down low, and the sticks happen to get up into the head of Pavelski.
I'm not to be that guy. I'm more with Rhett. I think these two hits live very much in the same neighborhood.
Always picking Rhett. Just hurt my feelings, Dean. It's Pinder report. You can't even saw one thing. Stampeders news as we switch gears. You know those candy cane jerseys that came out a few years ago?
I do.
They are like not only loving those old ones from, I think, the 50s, they're doubling down. This is the full setup this year, home and away. This is going to be unbelievable.
Very nice.
And they've tweaked them a little too. Look at that. Those are the reds. And then they have the inverse coloring with the stripes and the white. Love it. By the way, Stampeders open June 8th at McMahon. It's kind of like Fenway, except not all like Fenway. It's old. That's the only thing that's similar. BC Lions in town. It's the season opener for the CFL. And we're going to have the new head honcho on, Jay McNeil, at some point in the month of May to get us fired up for the season opener.
Is he the head honcho?
Well, I think he's the Grand Poobah, I believe, is the title on this.
What about Dave?
Well, we'll talk to Dave
still
too.
around?
What, we can only do one Stamps interview?
I kind of thought Dave or Huff. I thought they were the.
Hey, Dave, how'd you decide on these new jerseys? What's going on for the fans this year?
How many honchos can you have?
A lot of ponchos for honchos.
A lot of honchos over there.
Last couple for you, fellows. Let's start with, let's see. What do we label 98 in there? Let's just run it. I'm trying to remember what we put in. Oh, yeah. Okay. So
this guy get punched out.
So I don't know what sport this is. Why don't you describe what you're seeing, Rhett? Alex, let's let it run. So looks like we're in a.
Looking at a beautiful man urinating on a man in front of him on his. I think they're at a bullfighting match. It's a bullfighting match, and that guy is showing his horn and just pissing on the guy in front of him.
It's a little tinkle.
Ole. It's a good thing the guy's because he looks like he's wearing like a leather jacket. At least hopefully Scotch guarded that thing.
And I think the guy,
if you stand
the
up and you're looking at the stars.
Ring, I think the security guy in the ring told the other guy, or he wouldn't have noticed.
Hey, this guy's pissing on you.
Hey, that guy's.
There has to be more to this video. This doesn't end like this.
I do want to know what the PE does after he finds out that the PER has been doing that.
Yeah, the O's do it to the E's. That was always the rule in business school there.
Because I'd probably be swinging for the fences if I'm the PE.
Yeah, if someone's going to get drilled at a sporting event, it's that guy.
Yeah.
And you're right about the security guy. He's saying, I don't know if you have brass taps at home, but you're getting a golden shower here, buddy.
And dude better go see a doctor because that's a
bad flow.
That's not a good stream.
Wow, there's no way you're confident. You can't be confident doing that. There's a lot of eyes on you. You're something you shouldn't be doing. You're a little bit nervous. It's pinching off itself.
And you asked if we should show it. We've shown it 20 times and have gone into deep color commentary.
That's right. That's right. Finally, we'll lighten the mood.
Yes.
No.
That's
not this again.
That's what that guy does.
That's how that ends. That's the only way that last video can end. Yeah.
Finally, very exciting news. We got the kid baseball rosters came through last night. Very excited. We're working on our moves, and I'm hoping to see one of these this year. First year kid baseball for the young fellas in the house. This is quite a move. No.
Go, mommy, go.
Everyone hungry for the ball.
Again.
Whoop!
Come on.
No one at first. No one at first. It's like watch Timbits hockey. There's like 12 kids at the ball. Okay, you got it. Now where are you throwing it? Everyone's standing around each other.
Oh! And
Beauty.
a cartwheel.
Beauty.
And a cartwheel.
Yeah, just keep him away from Odur's kid. He'd be clocked for that, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Meanwhile, the manager's like, guys, you can't fall to the cartwheel.
Bink.
That's
All right. That's your Pinder report, fellas.
That's not that kid's first cartwheel.
No, he knows what he's doing.
Good for him. Well done. Village Honda brings you the Pinder report every day on
They're very
Barn Burner.
proud. I'm
So
sure.
proud. In the Northwest Auto Mall, online, villagehonda.com. Detailing packages on sale starting at $79.95. Get your rig, and I know it's that time. And probably I would think this is not from the book in your tire swaps, get your detailing done.
Too.
And while the tire swaps are in, you're probably going to want to get a service, oil change, that whole thing.
Go to if you're already in there, the coffee.
Not if you're going to Manitoba. Don't switch your tires if you're going to Manitoba.
No, if you're going to Manitoba, keep those studded tires.
Just
on
don't go to Manitoba. That's
if
There's
it's an
that
option.
too.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant.
Vegas has to. You
point.
don't.
Yes, that's a
I
brilliant
found
point
that
by you,
strategy
Ryan.
worked
Just
really
to-
well, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Avoid at all
Worked well for me.
costs.
Villagehonda.com.